Things you should know before your first day in a leadership position. Your first day as a leader can be exciting and terrifying all at the same time. I want to personally thank you for stopping by the channel today. Do us a favor and hit that thumbs up and let the algorithm know that there's a community of leaders right here at Pathway to Leadership. And now let's get back into it. So, you're ready to embark on your new adventure. Learn about all the inner workings of this new position that you're in. And of course, getting ready to take on the mantle of taking care of other people in your organization. But before your first day as a leader, there's a few things that you and I need to talk about. Things you need to know so you step off on the right foot. In most cases, you need to understand there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be depending on you. Make sure you take note how many people are depending on you, because this might affect your performance along the way. And remember, you're not the only one that's going to be making a change. There's going to be a lot of people under you that are going to be taking cues from you on a day-by-day basis on how they should perform. If you have any doubts on whether you can handle it, well, now is a good time to ask the question, why? Is it because you're lacking the confidence needed to be a leader? Or maybe you're overwhelmed with how many moving parts there is in the organization. Hey, look it, all leaders have been there at one point. So I'm going to tell you a little trick. First trick, talk to your direct report or your colleagues and start to work on these issues right away, because you have to grow into your new position. You don't automatically become the great successful leader without some practice under your belt. And then after a few days and conversations, if you still feel uneasy, well then do a little self-evaluation. Maybe this is not the time or place for you to be in a leadership position. Be honest, brutally honest. One thing you need to be aware of is the relationships that you had before you got promoted into a leadership role were nice, easy, coworker to coworker relationships. As soon as you get put into a position of power or authority, those relationships can get stressed. And keeping these things in mind as you start your new leadership role will make your job a little bit easy, because you have it as top of mind. So here are some more helpful tips that you need to know before your first day of leadership. Day one, hour one. You need to understand that you're taking responsibility for everything. It no longer is someone else's fault. You practice blameless problem solving and you move the team forward. That's what a leader does. Start to get to know your team members a little bit more than you used to know them before. Try to take time to really get to understand them. Know how they feel about the position they're in, what their goals and dreams are, not only in the organization, but personally outside the organization. And offer a helping hand, if possible, to direct them in the right way. When you take the time to get to know your team members, well then when the big changes down the road or the big decisions happen, you'll get more buy-in because you're developing a level of trust. Another very important thing to realize is that you need to catalog all the resources that are available to you. Organize those resources so that when you step into that leadership position, you have a good idea of what's available to you. Understanding all the policies and procedures for your department, or at least reading through them. And if you don't have time to read through all the policies and procedures, at least know where they are, where they're kept, what drive, what computer, what program, or where the books are, so that they're readily available to you as you need them. Here's where a lot of first-time leaders go wrong. They don't know their leadership style, or they bounce around between all these different styles that they've seen online. They Googled leadership styles and they said, oh, look at that. That's the one I want to be today. Listen, that's confusing to your employees. You should have this already figured out before your first day of leadership. I'm not saying this isn't going to change as you grow as a leader and as you learn how your team operates, but pick a style, stick with it, and develop it along the way. And remember, there's no right or wrong style of leadership. Pick a leadership style, that's your everyday style. Okay, but sometimes elements of the other styles would have to be used in order to make things work as a well-oiled machine. And my final tip to you today is always be consistent. Don't change it up too much, all right? Be consistent, be dependable, always treat your team with honesty and integrity, expect honesty and integrity in return, move that team forward, build trust, and you shall be a successful leader in the future. I'm John with Pathway to Leadership. So glad you're here. Please hit that thumbs up, share this video to others. Don't keep Pathway to Leadership a secret. We're here, we're a strong community, and I'll see you next time on Pathway to Leadership.